The reason you always see absolute retards get girls, while you as a smart guy don't, is quite surprising. Logically, more intelligence is more attractive, but in this case, it's not. I will teach you how you can get girls like a retard without being a retard, and I use this knowledge myself to go from smart but autistic to smart and social. Let's go. Okay, first I want to make one thing very clear. Intelligence is fucking awesome. I don't ever want you to think about your intelligence as something bad, because you keep seeing like guys who are less intelligent and you're thinking like, damn, they seem so happy. You know, like the saying, ignorance is bliss. You just see those guys and you think like, damn, why can't I just turn like my brain off and just be happy like those retards, you know, scrolling TikTok, playing video games. They seem so happy. Don't ever think that shit. You have been doing one thing in your life very right, which is thinking more than other people, and since you have been thinking more than other people, your thinking skill is better than most people's. And the proof that your thinking is literally more advanced than 90% of guys is the fact that you are watching this video right now. You are literally, probably you have had a thought like, oh damn, I don't get girls, well I need to do something about it. And then you decide, okay, time to educate myself on this, time to learn more about this. You probably won't believe this, but literally like 99% of guys, they are literally watching just stupid shit. They're watching reality TV, they're watching Instagram Reels or stupid ass TikToks. You are the fucking intelligence elite just by watching an educational video like this. Now, thinking has served you so many times in your life already. For example, when you were writing an exam and you knew, oh, okay, I have to learn all this stuff until this date, so that gives me 4 weeks. Okay, well, I want to work like 1.5 hours a day. Well, then I have to start 2 weeks before, instead of all the other retards who are like, oh fuck, exam, okay, wait, let me just like play video games, and then, oh fuck, no, only 2 days left, and then they have to learn everything in 2 days, and of course it's not gonna work because like our brains don't work like that. Or your intelligence served you in the gym when you actually start to look at YouTube videos. Okay, how do I need to eat? How do I need to do this exercise to get the maximum gains? Well, all the other retards, they're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna pick up the weights, I'm gonna lift a little bit. You were thinking like, okay, wait, now honestly, should I do this exercise or this exercise first, or how many sets should I do? You've been literally optimizing this shit by using your intelligence, and it gave you more gains than the retard who made a workout plan, but then he was thinking like, oh yeah, like the plan is not even that important, I just go when I feel like it. And these are just a couple examples to show you that thinking has helped you to become better than most people. So naturally, what happened over time is that you learned that thinking is good. Every time you think more, you're going to get a better result. Over time, you have made thinking your default approach. When a problem is coming at you, you first think about it. For example, when you're cutting for the gym and you get this random urge to like go to McDonald's and fucking eat 6 Big Macs, like the retard, he's not going to think about it. He's going to get the urge and he's like, oh yeah, let's go to McDonald's. I'm going to call my friends, it's going to be super fun. While you're going to be thinking, oh wait, like literally, if I eat 6 Big Macs right now, then my cut is going to be fucked and I need to start all over again. And then I have to go hungry for 4 days again, and it's fucking annoying, and I don't want to do that. Your intelligence saves you from a lot of stupid shit a retard has to go through. However, there's one problem with it, and I called it the IQ trap. Because intelligence gives you a better end result in all areas of your life, except for one, and that is socializing. And the example I will tell you for this, bro, you can relate to this shit, okay? You go to the gym, you hit your intelligent workout, you see your crush, and then you start thinking. You start thinking. You don't go up, you don't speak to her, you start thinking. That's the problem. The retard doesn't do that. The retard is like, oh, sees his crush, oh, goes up right away. You are the guy who thinks, not the guy who acts. You're thinking like, okay, how do I open the situation? What do I tell her? Do I compliment her? Do I just say hi? Do I ask her an innocent question? What do I do? And you want to use your intelligence to solve this problem of speaking to the girl, but you don't know how, just like you solve all the other problems. You think about it. Let me introduce you to something that is called intellectualizing. What does intellectualizing mean? The basic assumption of a guy who's intellectualizing is, I will start as soon as I know everything. So the intellectual guy literally takes simple things like going up to a woman and telling her she's pretty, and makes a very complex task of thinking about, oh, what opener, compliment, or innocent question, or from what distance do I need to grab her attention. Like the problem was very simple. He just had to go up and say hi. but he started thinking about, okay, all this shit. And that exactly is the IQ trap. When you're intelligent, you tend to intellectualize shit more than it needs to. And that's why most fighters are stupid, actually. Like, think of Mike Tyson. Like, I don't want to get beat up by Mike Tyson, so I hope this guy doesn't hear it. But he's not like the most intelligent guy out there. He's just like thinking, oh, okay, I need to get in there and I need to beat the other guy. While the intelligent guy is like, oh fuck, if I go in there and I'm not careful, I might get a hit on the head and then I'm going to get a concussion and I'm going to lose my IQ points, and I want that shit to happen. You see where the difference is. The retard just like, impulse, go, 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 go. The intellectualizing intelligent guy is just like, impulse, think about it, and then he gets stuck in a thought loop. The main problem of the intellectualizer is that he has too much information inside of his brain, and then his brain gets jammed. Because imagine you are solving a simple math problem, like 1 + 1 is 2. Yeah, easy. Like, you just need to apply one rule. But now imagine like there's this complex shit and you get like this sort of equation, and now you're supposed to suddenly use it, and there's like 20 different rules you need to keep in mind to get the correct result. Then of course your mind is going to get confused, and it's going to take a long time to analyze it, and this long time is going to be enough time for the girl to leave. So what I recommend you to do is to stop consuming so much information about how to speak to girls, because like Andrew Tate is going to tell you this, and then the other guy is going to tell you that, while I'm going to tell you different thing, which by the way, mine is the truth. Stick to my school. Because if you only listen to what I'm going to say, every video is congruent, and you're not going to have randomly conflicting information that fucks you up in intellectualizing, because you're thinking, well, but this approach might be better, but then I said that this approach is better, and you're going to think like, oh, okay, what do I do now? So how do you know which school you actually want to stick to, which one is the right one for you? Well, let me just tell you about the values of Academia Polaris. Like, this shit is not about pickup, it's not about like manipulating women into sex, it's not about acting to be some cool guy, and then the women are going to think, oh, he's cool, but in reality you're still a loser. Academia Polaris is about honesty, it's about telling what your genuine feelings are with this girl. You're not learning any routines or any openness. You're just learning to disinhibit yourself and to actually dare to speak to the women you want to actually dare to flirt with women you want to flirt with. Because what I notice most guys have is that they're so fucking scared, and nobody tells them that it's actually fine to express their genuine feelings. They just think like, wait, to get girls, I either need to fake someone because they hate my insecure me. Like, they don't even understand that they can just be an honest guy and attract women for who they actually are, instead of like this fake persona they learn by becoming like pickup artists. And if these values sound like you can check out the first link in the description. It's my full guide to getting girls without being like a pickup artist and creepy and needy. It's high value, you should check it out. So finally, let's talk about how you can escape the IQ trap. And there's a really nice mental cue I want you to think about next time you're in social situations, and especially social situations with girls, which is turn 50% of your brain off. Because what your problem is, you're thinking about, oh, should I use this approach? Should I use this approach? Should I compliment her? All this stuff. If you just turn 50% of your brain off, like, and you're just like, oh, okay, hello. You just kind of switch into this stupid version of you. You are literally not going to have all these intellectualizing thoughts, and you're just going to think, oh, well, I want to speak to her, let's do this. What you can literally do is pretend almost like you're an NPC from Skyrim, you know, you go up and you tell her, oh yeah, the chosen one is supposed to roam these areas, and she's going to look at you first, and you're just going to say, what's up? And she's like, oh, hey, what's up? And then you're going to say, oh, I think you're very pretty. And she's like, oh, that's so cute. And boom, you're in there. You can literally pretend to be a retard while you're still smart, just by turning 50% of your brain off. And you're literally going to become one of those guys that other intelligent guys see and think like, oh, he's such a retard, why does he get girls? Because the one big advantage is that retards have in social situations, they don't understand consequence, you know? They're like, oh, okay, like if she rejects me, they don't even think about if she rejects me, they just think, okay, what do I want? Oh, okay, I want to speak to her. Boom, and then they do it. You're thinking like, oh fuck, if she rejects me, that's going to make my social status in the gym go down, and then everybody's going to look at me weird, and then I'm going to be creepy, and then they're going to kick me out of the gym, and they're going to call the police. No, bro, it's not happening, bro. Just be a retard, just be an NPC. What I want you to assume is that you already have all the skills you need to speak to women, And then you're literally going to, well, I'm perfectly prepared. There's no need to think about this anymore. Intellectualizing, because that's what intellectualizing actually is. You know, even if you're like the smartest guy in the world and you're the master at approaching girls, as an intellectualizer, you would still think, oh fuck, I need to know more, I need to figure out more. Assume that you already know everything that you need to know to approach girls. And then you're going to see, oh wait, like, oh, I should just go do it then. Well, I'm perfectly prepared, let's go. Because what will happen if you stick to intellectualizing? Let me actually explain this with an analogy, okay? What do you remember from biology class? Nothing of the fucking, like, yeah, okay, we spoke about cells, but you remember nothing about cells except for mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You know why? You know why you remember this stupid sentence, but not how the walls of the cells are called? Because mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell has personal relevance to you, because it was a meme that you sent to your guys and then your guys sent this meme back to you, and it was like funny. It had personal relevance for you. Now if you're just a guy who's like consuming content like this for 6 hours a day, you have all this information bombarding you, but it has no personal relevance for you since you don't use it in real life. Now, if you were to go out there and apply what you've learned in this video right now, for example, acting like an NPC, acting like a retard, this knowledge wouldn't just be in your head as like disconnected knowledge. This knowledge will literally be, okay, like think like a retard works well in situations where XYZ happens, because I had this situation with this girl and literally that happened. So to make knowledge go from whatever else you learned in biology class to mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell, you need to actually apply it in real life so you can make personal experiences with that knowledge. So go out there and go approach some women, bro. If you want to get deep into this, check out my full guide to getting girls via cold approach in the first link in the description. Otherwise, you can click and watch this video to keep on learning, or subscribe to the channel right here. I'll see you in the next one.